Rock climbing is a mentally and physically demanding sport, testing balance, strength, endurance, and even a person's sense of height.
Over 100 people contribute to this whole entire operation here at Boneyard, and I'm about to join them to see what it's like to scare people at a haunted house.
These bags are filled with everything that the family wants to give to the children in Haiti.
Spray parks like this one are becoming more popular here in Dallas, but it's the pool system that teaches kids the vital life skill of swimming. So it's no wonder hundreds waited for hours to get in on the shopping frenzy, some even camping out since 9 o'clock last night. I'm here at the Golden Triangle Estates mobile home park where a fire started at 5:17 this afternoon. Several people were taken to the hospital, and tonight, those who escaped say they are grateful that they made it out alive.
You could see the fire shooting up behind my wooden fence.
As firefighters fought the blaze, Linda Furtado watched as everything she owned turned into ashes.
I lost all my pictures of my children. I think that's the hardest thing, is losing that.
She only made it out with her dog and her purse, but didn't have time to grab anything else. Kenneth Verdell lived here for 19 years. He lost everything too.
One day at a time.
The incident started with a grass fire and left 6 units burned to the ground in the mobile home park, located in North Fort Worth. A propane tank in one of the homes, low-hanging power lines, and extremely dry conditions made it tough for firefighters to battle the blaze. Hours after the fire, hot spots were still a problem in the rubble, and what used to be Furtado and Verdell's home, along with everything they've worked a lifetime for.
What goes through your mind?
Where to start?
In Fort Worth, I'm Alanna Quillen, CBS 11 News. Looking from the outside at the Six Flags Mall in Arlington, it's hard to imagine that anything thrilling or frightening takes place in this quiet, practically abandoned building. But if you take a step closer, you can hear the screams and see the monsters that roam inside the Boneyard Haunted House. Located inside an over 100,000 square foot vacant department store, the haunted house operates more like a grand theater production.
This is really close to a theater production in a lot of ways. Forget about the actors and the directors. The big difference is in the theater, you're sitting there and the actors are moving around, where here, you're actually doing the moving. And it's a bit more, I'd call it interactive theater.
On a typical day, the actors come in at 5 p.m. to get their makeup done and costumes fitted. After a brief pep talk,
okay guys, we've already got a line waiting up. I'm going to hand you off to your monster moms. We're going to get the quadrant loaded. Hey, let's have a good time tonight, all right? Going to get a Boneyard cheer?
the scare tactics begin at 7 p.m. and run all the way until closing time at midnight. All actors must audition for their roles in the haunted house, and all of their work is purely for volunteer.
I love seeing their reactions. It's really cool to see how people jump and scream. I really don't like things crawling at me, so I play a lot of horror-related things, and so when I see things that freak me out, I think that also scares other people. So I do that, and I know it'll end up scaring them as well.
Over 100 people contribute to this whole entire operation here at Boneyard, and I'm about to join them to see what it's like to scare people at a haunted house. Actors are forbidden to say the word boo when in costume, and although my outfit is simple, I still managed to cause a good scare.
Oh my God, you can't even see her!
Well, I have a theory, or I guess a philosophy to scare people. You can't just go through the whole show scared 100% of the time. You've got to have ups and downs. Like a good movie has highs and lows, emotional. There has to be some comedy, a little humor in there. Without that, you can't really appreciate the fear.
Reporting from the scariest place in Arlington, I'm Alanna Quillen for UTA News. The loud bangs coming from the Central Library Mall on Monday may have startled some, but all of that ruckus is actually going toward a good cause. The Zeta Mu chapter of the Delta Sigma Pi professional fraternity kicked off the first ever Car Bash fundraiser to raise awareness and prevention of child abuse. For $1, students could take a bat or a sledgehammer and smack a vehicle brought in specially for this event. Several students took out their energies and frustrations on the old Lexus car. Computer science sophomore Sean Kernigan dropped by over 4 times just to get another whack at the vehicle.
Children are not punching bags. Cars are. Oh, it is exhilarating. It is absolutely exhilarating. I cannot even describe it. It's just so amazing. Smash, 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 Hulk smash.
Daniel Delgado, fundraising vice president of the fraternity, was about to turn his old car into the scrapyard, but instead turned the piece of junk into a good deed.
I have a 3-year-old little boy, and to think of him as to ever be in those type of situation just like kills my heart. And the fact that there are people out there that are in that situation, but there's people also out there, trying to prevent it and trying to be there to raise awareness, to prevent it before it even starts, and to be there to help people who have been, victimized by it. I mean, it's wonderful.
With every single hit, proceeds will go to Delta Sigma Pi and to Child Abuse Texas, an organization in charge of local child abuse prevention and awareness. The car bash will continue all day for the rest of the week. Reporting from the Central Library Mall, I'm Alanna Quillen for UTA News.
When people go to the pool, they most likely worry about kids roughhousing, reviewing bathing suits, or slipping and getting hurt. But surprisingly, this doll caused a ruckus at a public pool in University Park on Friday. And local radio DJ Alan Peck can't stop talking about it.
Our daughter loves to take this with her everywhere, and it's made of rubber, so she loves to take it to the pool because it can float with her in the pool and everything.
That's just what his wife and 2-year-old daughter did when they went for a swim at the Holmes Aquatic Center. But the lifeguard and other guests at the pool had a problem with the doll.
And that's when the lifeguard had a little bit of confrontation and said, yeah, I've been watching this thing float around and it's been creeping me out, and we've been getting complaints from other people in the pool, so I removed it from the area and put it at the top of a slide. She put a baby doll in timeout, and she told her, if you're going to bring this back, it needs to have a swimsuit on because people are offended by it.
City Manager Bob Livingston said he's looking into the matter, but at this point it seems that the 16-year-old lifeguard was just trying to deal with complaints made by adults.
And University Parks and Recreation Manager Brent Jones said the lifeguard told him that the doll was removed because it was realistic looking, not because it was offensive.
It's a doll. It is a toy. It is a baby doll. If this is distracting you from having a really good time, you're having a really bad day.
University Park mother Antonia Moran said she finds it silly that anyone would have a problem with the doll.
No, it's not offensive at all to me. I'm not worried about my children seeing the doll.
Peck says he doesn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, and if that's the case, he just won't bring the doll to the pool anymore.
I'm not going to put a swimsuit on it. I'm not going to go that far.
Alanna Quillen, CBS 11 News.